Hey everybody, it's Salamancer, and when I first recorded this game, I wasn't mad at all. Now I'm a little bit mad because it turns out it didn't record my voice. Oh, yeah, I know. It's like my first time casting. I know all the casters have had this problem before. You have to record a game twice sometimes. It just happens. So, with my voice actually here now, I can tell you we're watching a game between Anarchy, the red Protoss in the bottom left, and Sjow of IEM fame up in the top right. This game was played on the ladder. Anarchy met up with Sjow. Haven't been able to find out a lot about Anarchy, but Sjow, of course, needs no introduction. He won the IEM, I believe, in January or February, $7,500, and then ended up having, gosh, a four-match long or four tiebreakers that were between him, Sokka, and Squirtle at a tournament that I can't remember the name of, but four grueling tiebreakers was just ridiculous. Actually, I was going to start doing some more introductions, but it looks like Sjow doing something slightly interesting. Here he's sending his SCV straight out this way rather than having him go to mine. Now, maybe I'm just a complete noob, but I've never done that. But yeah, it looks like he's just going to go ahead and build his barracks straight away right there, which is going to give him the opportunity to fast expand here much more safely than if he'd tried to wall in, say, there. He might not even wall in against Protoss. I think a lot of players don't do that now. But putting that barracks there lets him have forward spawning units, lets him spot that ramp. So yeah, if he just builds maybe a little bit more of a choke point right there, he's going to have an easy time defending against any Protoss push. Meanwhile, the Protoss player down here, building gateway, pretty standard timing, not doing any proxy pylons, so we're probably not going to see a 4-gate. And Anarchy did say that when he realized he was playing against the famous Sjow, he wanted to give him a good game. So props to Anarchy for that, at least. All right, so introductions for me while we're waiting for the game to really get underway. I'm Salamancer. I'm very new to Starcraft casting. This is my my third cast. You know, the second one didn't record the audio, which I'm really fucking pissed about. But yeah, very new. So if you guys have any criticisms, any suggestions, let me know. I will certainly attempt to work improvements into the future. I also want to give a big shout out to all my friends on sepulch.net right now. That's the MS Paint Adventures community site, which I know a lot of people on there don't actually play StarCraft, but you're going to watch this whole video anyway because you like to listen to me talk. A lot of people like to listen to me talk. I know you do. And so I'm going to keep some of these commentaries actually going to be a little bit lower level than the typical Reddit audience may be used to. And I am going to post this to Reddit. But yeah, you guys do keep watching anyway and give me some critiques, criticisms, whatever you can do. Just make sure it's not, hey, you suck, don't ever make a video again, because I won't listen to that. Scouting probe finally goes down. That probe sees exactly what he wants to see here, which is pretty standard stuff from Sjow. Sjow actually known for not scouting, and let's pull up his view right here. Yeah, Sjow not scouting at all. He sent an initial scout out there. It's a Marine actually, and it's just now headed out. He's on attack move patrols to the different watchtowers, looking to see where that Protoss army might be. But he is known for not scouting very early his opponent's base. I haven't had a tab up all game. Let's do that. Production tab. We've got Warp Gate coming up. Sounds like that Marine did actually die off to a very small push from Protoss. That's not going to get anywhere, not with 4 Marines here in a bunker going up, actually. So Sjow playing very conservatively. Sjow's style is pretty much just turtle up, I think, in his base, defend against any pushes that come at him until he gets a nice maxed out army, and then go ahead and push out with that. Looks like he's got a factory going down right now. The Protoss player, meanwhile, back at his base. And we can see the Protoss retreating from that because he saw what was going on. Putting down a robotics facility. And I actually know what other buildings he puts down as well, but I'm not going to spoil it for you because that would be dumb. Here's a gateway. Probably going to put down one more gateway in a little bit. And that gas. So, realizing that he's got to catch up and expand from or else he'll just lose the economic game altogether, he does put down that Nexus there. It's going to be way later because Sjow already has 2 orbital commands up. Double the mules, double the pleasure, double the fun. That's a statement of the Great Mint. I'm going to stop now. So the Protoss player behind economically does have a little bit of map control right now because Sjow does not show any interest in pushing out with these Marines. Got a second factory going down. And only 1 barracks, which means we're probably going to see some pretty strong mech play coming from Sjow. Makes sense considering his turtle style. He's going to want a lot of siege tanks out here to just completely demolish anything that comes his way. He's a little bit undefended against air attacks right now. He's only got, what, he's got 8 Marines. And does he have stim? No, he can't possibly have stim because he doesn't even have a tech lab on his barracks. So no sim. If there were an early Void Ray push, he might be in trouble, but he does not expect a Void Ray push, especially not this early in the game. That would, I mean, that kind of cheese might actually work, but that's not what's coming from our Protoss player. So he's perfectly safe for now. Yep, definitely going for that big ground army, and putting out a Hellion. So he's probably going to use those Hellions to do a little bit of map control, some harassment. Protoss player, meanwhile, looks like he's getting saturated, still chrono boosting probes out, so he wants to get back into this economic game. And Gateway and a Forge going down, makes sense. Don't know the exact timing of these because I'm not a Master level player by any stretch. I just got placed into Platinum today. Gotta watch more Day 9, I think. But yeah. I think it's pretty standard timing for the Protoss. Just he's a little bit behind on his economy because the Terran is way ahead. I mean, look at this. He's not quite fully saturated yet, but he's still producing SCVs there, so he will be fully saturated at that base very soon. Not a lot of fighting going on at the moment, although it looks like Anarchy may want to push out, and yeah, he's probably going to go for these rocks here. Yeah, definitely wants to get himself back in this game. So if he knocks out these rocks and he puts up a third expansion, he should be able to play a little bit of catch up with the economy of Sjow, which is just booming right now. Back to the production tab. Protoss ground weapons level 1, and Infernal Pre-Igniter coming out for Sjow. How many Hellions does he have out? 3. Okay, well I gotta find these. Here is a Stalker's gunner. Oh yeah, retreat. There they are. Why didn't I see those? So 3 Hellions out right now for him. He's going to have that pre-igniter done. Hopefully he can get some probes harassed. Especially if he tries to knock them out while they... Oh, that could be super annoying. Oh no, it looks like he may be too late. That would have been super annoying if he managed to knock out the probe that was going to put down the Nexus. That would just tick me right off if I was a Protoss player, which I'm not. Oh man, this is really scary. The Protoss absolutely can't push into this at all. Even with air units now, probably couldn't do a very good job of it. There aren't any missile turrets back here, but Void Rays aren't really going to be repelled by missile turrets anyway. The problem, though, is even if he brought out something like DTs as cheese, this missile turret acts as a detector now, so DTs just would not be able to get in this choke point without being demolished. The only place they could probably get to is... Uh-oh, I'm missing something down here. It's like he did knock out a couple of probes. He's got 2 kills there, 2 kills there, and 1 kill there. 5, probably 5 probe kills. I wonder why all these probes are coming down here. He only needed 1 to build buildings. Let's see. So the Protoss player now has Void Rays out, and he's got okay, ground armor coming. He's got a Colossus coming out, actually. Has the Protoss player scouted this? He's got an observer over there now, and he's watching to see if the expansion comes up. But he's scouted 3 factories, a starport. He may not have seen what that was building, but he probably did. Oh, yeah, it was our command zone. Knock those out. Probably kill that probe. And it looks like these Hellions were repulsed by a Void Ray, actually. I just don't like this composition that he's going. He knows there are factories. He sees the Hellions, at least. He probably knows there's going to be a lot of siege tanks coming from Sjow. Colossus against siege tank, especially with the minimal support that the Colossus has right now, is not going to be very good. And look at this. We've already got Vikings being produced as the... wow, actually, reactor on the starport. Double Vikings being produced. So... just looking at it right now, and of course I've watched this game before, but even when I watched it the first time, looking at it right now, I don't think this Protoss army is going to do very well. Got a couple Photon cannons coming up against the mech play that's going to come out from Sjow, and yeah, that's not good. It does have a reactor on this factory, so producing a lot of Hellions. That's going to make sense because the Hellions will act as a screen rather than the Marines, which he only has 11 Marines total on the map, so those Hellions are going to be important for screening, and then for air defense, he's just going to need a lot of missile turrets all over the place, which is exactly what he's doing. When he ends up making his push, which will probably happen when he's maxed out on supply, he's at 140 right now, just going to sit back in his base. But when he makes that push, I mean, what a Terran wants to do, if he doesn't have a lot of air defense, actually he's got a lot of Vikings, but I was going to say a lot of Terrans like to drop down missile turrets alongside their siege tank placements. It lets your Vikings be more mobile, pushing out, finding that, you know, Colossus and Void Ray to shoot at, while your siege tanks still get that bonus air defense and detection sitting alongside them. So that's probably what's going to happen. You've been warned. Planetary Fortress coming down for this, so that's going to be very difficult for for Anarchy to push into. Still sticking with this Void Ray Colossus production. I don't like that. Does he have air weapons on the way? I wonder. No, he does not. He's not upgrading those Void Rays at all. Just sticking with ground upgrades. Thermal Lance is out. Or the Thermal Lance upgrade, I should say. Extended Thermal Lance is out. Got a pylon there, pylon here, pylon everywhere. And he is trying to keep control of the center of the map, but it doesn't matter. Really, what the Protoss probably ought to be doing in this position, I mean, they're both getting really high up there in supply. Let's see what the Harvester count is. Protoss is ahead on Harvesters, and of course that makes sense because he can kind of lose them out, while the Terran player is just going to be using mules, and the mules are actually keeping him ahead of the Protoss player in Minerals Mined just a little bit. But what the Protoss player really probably should be doing at this point in the game, while he's getting maxed out and while the Terran player is doing the same, is he needs to be expanding. The Terran player is outpacing him in expansions, despite the fact that the Terran has actually been just really, really turtly this whole game. So I don't know about this play. Trying to control the center of the map instead of just trying to poke in against Sjow and try to make Sjow off balance a little bit. Because, I mean, look, he's got these two expansions here. This one especially not protected right now. Not yet, anyway, while it's still going up. Really, the Protoss wants to contain him, shut him down, not let him have these expansions out here, and then just expand all over the map himself so he can have a super fast income. Put down maybe like another, how many of the warp gates? He's actually doing the warp gates a bit more so that he can reinforce his army very quickly once it goes down. But yeah, I just don't know about this play from Anarchy. Nonetheless, though, this is an entertaining game, I will tell you right now. So Anarchy is not a complete pushover by any stretch of the imagination. 5 Colossus out right now, and 6 Void Rays? 6 Void Rays. Oh, but here comes the push. Oh, this is not going to be good. No, they've been spotted, and Void Rays are so much slower than Vikings. Vikings have so much more range. Oh, no. This is going to be a lot of Void Ray death. Look at this little guy. He looks mad. I can tell. He's like, why is this happening? Why is this retardedness happening to me right now? Why are we being chased down by Vikings? We're not even trying to shoot. Nobody's helping us. Oh, this is the worst. This is just the pits, he says. All your friends are dead, Void Ray. And this push is massive from Sjow. A lot of these Hellions taking a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. The siege tanks are sieging up. Everything's out of range. All these Colossus are going to die to the Vikings. The Void Rays are already dead. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Supply counts are really terrible for our Protoss player right now. Let's check the Harvester count is actually about... Wow, he's actually got even more Harvesters, so he's actually behind by about 30 supply right now. And the Terran player is sieged up outside of his main. Not good. He's still sticking with his Colossus production. Still sticking with a Void Ray. Not what he wants right now with all those Vikings with all their ground support sitting outside his base. He really doesn't want those Colossus. This expansion's up. Not saturated yet. Not producing probes either, but he does have a lot of probes, so it makes sense that he wouldn't want to produce anymore. He's actually done a very good job of counting the number of probes he has and stopping production when he knows he needs nothing but units to defend against this big push outside. Missile turrets going up outside his base. That's never a fun situation to be in as any race. Got more gateways coming in, another gateway coming in, actually building a robotics facility somewhere that I completely missed down here. So he's going double robo now, and hopefully we're going to see a couple of immortals come out here. Click the immortal button. Make immortals. Oh god. Meanwhile, siege tanks shelling the high ground. All mining stopped as this expansion. There's still probably about 2,000 minerals sitting here at these patches. Chrono boosting out a Void Ray. I don't know what that's going to do for you. Yeah, the Protoss is in a really tight spot right now. This is just not good. This positioning with all these siege tanks here, all those Vikings there, you just can't push into that. Not even DTs. I mean, obviously there's a lot of detection from the missile turrets, so there's just nothing the Protoss can do right now, not with this meager army that he has. Units tab, currently he's got 17 Zealots. Oh, wow. Where are all these Zealots? Oh, here we go. Gosh, completely missed the army sound, man, so you're so dumb. Alright. So he's actually going for a flanking maneuver. Oh, wow, where did that come up? Sensor tower outside his base. So you can see all the movements except for, oh god, except for if he went right there, but yikes. How is Sjow going to respond to this? He's getting flanked right now. The Vikings sitting there to take out the Colossus, but they're not moving. Oh, they should be doing a lot of damage to this army, but what are you doing with Vikings, Sjow? He's microing the Hellions back and forth. The Vikings sitting there, and this flank could actually be pretty effective. He's going to pick off a couple of siege tanks. And the Vikings still just sitting there. Come on. Oh, no. Is he going to go for a base race now? I think that's what we have on our hands here, folks. We have a base race between Anarchy, the Protoss player, and Sjow, the Terran player. When I said this was an entertaining game, I wasn't lying, was I? This is going to be pretty sick. So, a lot going on right now. Sadly, I'm not one of the better casters. I have no idea how to work Windows Movie Maker, so I don't know how to get a picture-in-picture going. But I will try and keep abreast of both of these invading armies and each other's bases. And we've got a second army pushing out now from Anarchy. I always forget your name. I'm sorry, bro. You're a good player. Way better than I am. Completely creamed me. And Anarchy was ahead in supply quite a bit, although it's popping down considerably now that he's being attacked back in this base. But yeah, it looks like he's going to knock out the this Void Rage and Void Charge, completely going to destroy the production facilities. Looks like he's going to be able to destroy a lot of SCVs as well. Meanwhile, the attack over here going quite well, although the Thor is kind of dancing back and forth, just little Michael Jackson maneuvers there because he can't get past his own siege tanks. So, not bad. The problem is that when he runs into this planetary fortress, he's going to have difficulty taking it out. Look at all of these orbital commands. I can't believe I'm missing all this stuff that's going on the map. But all those orbital commands really help for the mules, keeping him in the economy game a lot longer than you might expect. Nothing being produced from Anarchy right now. Absolutely nothing. Losing the Robo Bay. Did he have his? No, his other Robo Bay's already gone. He pushed in there. So no robotics left right now. He can't produce any immortals to counter that army. Lose one of those orbitals, but I don't think it matters. Wow, yeah. Yikes. So losing his main, losing his natural. 2 bases left right now. He's got this base down here, this base over here, and I think Sjow is just in a better position. Planetary Fortress there, Planetary Fortress there. He's got 3 orbitals moving out across the map to secure extra expansions. So it's in Sjow's court right now. Gonna knock out a planetary there. Knock out a missile turret there, but that planetary is just going to drive him off. And now everything in this base is gone. He's got an army here, and actually, when you look at the supply discrepancies, let's hit the unit tab. No, let's hit the income tab to see the harvester count. Harvester count's even again. So Anarchy is actually ahead in supply by about 30 units. The problem is that they are right now, they're split up. So he's got a unit there, he's got units there, he's got his Void Rays up here knocking out, and oh, it looks like he's actually able to outpace the repair rate of all of these SCVs with 4 Void Rays. Impressive DPS output when these guys get charged up. So it looks like he's just going to have to let that planetary die, and that's going to be a problem. But looks he's got 5 new factories with tech labs coming up here. He's got a base there, and this guy's heading down probably to this. Yep, that expansion right there. So with the Protoss player basically on 1 base right now, another one coming up, and only 2 warp gates left with the cyber core just now coming down. I gotta say, it does not look good for Anarchy. It hasn't really looked good for Anarchy ever since that initial push, but I don't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do with Anarchy. Anarchy's just going to continue the attack. He's not going to worry about this army around here right now. He says, screw it. I've got enough money to keep making nexuses all over the place, so I'm just going to keep attacking. Charge up those Void Rays on that. Yeah, there you go. And these factories aren't going to be able to produce anything. He's not even trying right now to produce out of them. Oh, because he's supply blocked, of course. Is he building supply depots anywhere? Not that I can tell. No, he's just researching right now. Got some mules coming down, but of course he can't produce any. Oh, look at that. So supply blocked, hardcore right now. But he hasn't lost a lot in this army. Looks like he may lose some SCVs here. Oh, God! Losing a lot of SCVs, but he lands his Vikings to start adding on to the DPS, destroying the space. Cybercore goes down again. All that can be produced right now by our Protoss player is Zealots, and even then, no gateways up, so can't even do that right now. Building a bunch of gateways over here, and that's all he can do. These factories are... I mean, there's got to be somebody inside these factories, right? Piloting them? That must be a shit job. So that base is down. 2 planetary, well, 1 planetary still up, I should say. He's putting another one down there, and he's got this base. I don't think, yep, doesn't even know about it. So the Protoss players is on exactly 1 base, to the Terrans 2 mining bases. Well, 1.5 mining, no, well, 1 mining base. 1 mining base. We'll call it 1. How's their income looking? Income debt. 16 to 35 harvesters, but a lot of those harvesters are not doing anything for show right now, which is why they're somewhat even. Still, he doesn't have any gas income right now, and I guess that makes sense because he's got to unsupply block himself here, but all he can make is zealots. He's got to get some gas. Oh, no, he doesn't. Duh. He's got like 2,000 gas, of course. Big battle going on down here right now. The siege tanks have already seized up. I don't think he wants to. Actually, he does want to move into this. He loses all of his Void Rays, those Vikings. He's probably going to lose his Colossus as well. But all the siege tanks go down, and now things are looking a little bit better for Anarchy, actually. Yeah. Show's got to retreat. Show, production facility-wise, just now dropping down 3 new factories. He doesn't have anything that he can build right now, except he's making another planetary fortress, well, right here. And a Marine. So production-wise, it's actually looking pretty good for our Protoss player Anarchy here. The issue is that I think what he needs to do now, okay, he's going to probably try to push in with this force, but I think what he needs to do now is expand somewhere. Probably can't expand there, rock's there. But he could, well, have to destroy his own pylon to expand there. That's kind of a bad pylon placement. Oh, man. So he's probably going to have to expand here. Just checking for, I guess, his opponent's armies and expansions with his Zealot. Yeah, he's going to have to expand, I think, here. Maybe here as well. If I were the Protoss player, that's what I'd be doing right now. Maybe getting 1 expansion up. He's got enough minerals to do it, and that would get him about even with the Terran's economy. Well, I say even, but of course his harvester count is about half of the Terran's right now, so he really, really needs to get that going. Not even producing any probes. So... oh, letting his macro slip into this late game, he really shouldn't do that, especially because he cannot push into this planetary fortress. I think I missed some blink micro over here. There was some blink micro earlier. I'm sorry, guys. It was pretty cool. I remember casting it first time around, but yeah, well, what are you going to do? Bunch of pylons over here in this base, and I actually missed some SCVs dying over here too. Gosh, I'm missing everything today. I didn't miss it the first time. This is why I'm mad, guys. This is why I get mad at things. Alright, so 2 planetary fortresses up. Sjow is in a good defensive position. The only thing I can think of is if maybe he had more Void Rays up, but he doesn't. He lost them all in that attack. So all he's got is Warp Gate units right now. And does he have that Cyber Core? He finally got a Cyber Core up again, so he can produce Stalkers and Sentries. He is making an expansion. So good for him. Oh, it's getting so hard to talk now because I've been talking for so long. It's been over an hour, guys. It's only been half an hour for this video. I know. But it's been over an hour for me because I had to cast this twice. Just remember that. Oh, God. Okay. So those factories coming up, and it looks like he's got Thors coming out now. Thors in big numbers are really scary to a Protoss because Thors just do huge amounts of damage, and the armor can only mitigate something like 2 or 3 of that damage. Let's see what he's got. He's got 2 armor right now. So 3 total armor on his sentries and on his possibly his stalkers. 3 total armor. What is zealots? 3 total, yeah. So they'll mitigate 3 incoming damage, but when each shot from this guy does 39 and does 2 shots per volley, that's not going to matter very much. Those Thors do massive DPS, and if they're sent out with SCVs to repair them, it's going to be an unstoppable army. He's got 5 Thors sitting out here right now. Let's check the unit tab. 5 Thors, 6 Vikings. Where are those Vikings? They're just sitting over here for defense. And the Protoss player, I don't know what he could do against this. This is really bad. This army might be able to kill 5 Thors, but the Thors are going to watch. Oh, just going to rip through that. Zealot's not even going to do a very good job against these Thors. He's going to die really fast. He does lose 1, does lose 2 Thors. I'm going to third one focused down by these, and the Guardian Shield, good use of it, although he used it twice. Waste some sentry energy. Not that the sentry energy matters all that much at this point. He only has 1 left now. He's got enough gas to make more. I'd like to see that coming from him. A Templar Archive's coming up, interestingly enough. I would like to see a Robo Bay, maybe? I think a Robo Bay would be better, especially because the Immortal's Hardened Shields would counter the damage from the Thor really well, at least in my opinion. I don't know how that well, guys. I'm a noob. I'm flat. I probably don't even deserve to be there. Anyway, building. Oh, this is why he was doing it. He's making the Templar Archives because he got so much extra gas that he can warp in these Archons, and that's going to be a big tanky unit with like 350 shield health to take these guys on. Plus, they get some splash damage. So if there were SCVs here, I guess they would. Oh, there are SCVs here. They're hiding from me. Where are you guys? Oh, they're back there. They're repairing the Thor. So now Anarchy's in deep shit, and he's got drops back here, so all these probes are going to go down. More Archons being warped in, but I think this is it. A Dark Shrine going down, just in case he can get a Dark Templar out. So these SCVs are going to die really fast. They're probably all, yeah, there we go, they're dead, because of the splash damage from Archon. He's actually doing a really good job there. And he's taking out a lot of these Thors, but more Thors coming in, and the Archon numbers are dwindling. They're just not all that good against Thors with their damage. So, this is going to be GG. I think that's going to be it, guys. The Dark Shrine does go down, but he doesn't have enough gas to work in any Dark Templar anymore. So that's going to be it. GG, brah, match. Happy face. And that was an entertaining game to the extreme. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm Salamancer. I'm new. If you want to offer any critiques, leave them in the comments. Thanks very much.